everyone, it's Jennifer, and thank you for joining me today. I am going to be working with one of the new goddess collections from Jesse James Bead. I have a couple projects here ready to go, and I have an idea for a couple others, and so we might get maybe 4 projects out of the Greek goddess of the day, and I still have some leftover beads that I'm wanting to save for the future. Also included, I have some toggle clasps, and these are these sun toggle clasps. And and then we also have, this is a project. Okay, so I have this enamel chain, and it is absolutely beautiful, gorgeous. And all I'm actually doing is taking this chain, and I am going to add the toggle clasp to the end, and then we're going to add this chunky bead from the mix, and we're either going to have it go this way, or we're going to have it go this way. I am not sure yet. I just want to see how it's going to hang. I don't know. I kind of like it like that. I kind of like it like this, and I can always change it too. But we're going to go ahead and do that. I have some jump rings. I have some, these are 6mm. These are 6mm bead-along jump rings that I got from Jesse James Beads, because I want to double jump ring that, and then we're going to put jump rings on the toggle clasp. Now this is 18 inches long, so it's absolutely perfect. Then what I want to do is I'm actually going to put this on this side, just because if it has to go through, it can go through this a little bit better. All right, so let's bring out some chain nose pliers. I have some chain nose pliers and some bent chain nose pliers. Then we're going to also bring in some, and also too, make sure your jump ring goes through there too, because sometimes what you have to do is it has to pass through a little bit. So we just want to make sure everything will pass through okay. All right, let's go ahead and close it up. Did you hear it lock into place? That's the sign of a great jump ring. Okay, so that goes through perfectly, just like so. All right, now let's go ahead. We can take this out, and then we'll put this on the other side. We don't have to worry about anything like that on this side, because it's not going through anything. All right, let's go ahead and do this here. And I am going to have another unboxing here very shortly, and here's what I'm going to have. I received all the rest of the Goddess Collection mixes, and I want to share them with you, as well as I bought I'm looking for all of the chains that we got too. Oh, I have them in a separate container. This isn't the only enamel chain that they brought along with this new Goddess Collection. Okay, so there we go. Isn't that kind of cute? I really like it. It's kind of cute. And what I'm going to want to do is because I believe these jump rings will fit over this here, probably. Yeah, so I'm going to put that over this. Let's see, where will we put it? Let's have it go, because the center is like right, not really the center, but it sort of is a little bit. We're going to put it right here. Oops. I'm getting it all twisted. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to see exactly where the center is. So the center is, it can either go here or there. All right, and I'm going to go down. So I'm going to do it like this. So we're gonna go ahead and bring in some round nose pliers. I love these round nose pliers. And we're gonna bring in some flush cutters. Flush cutters so that when you cut on this side, you have a nice clean flush cut. So any of you watching could tell that I was not gonna get anywhere with that head pin, and I didn't, so it's being cut out. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make a knotted head pin because Jennifer here does not have a long gold head pin. That would have been very nice, but I'm just gonna go ahead and make a knotted head pin. And I work from the spool, so I have a large spool that I cut from. So I'm gonna have a little bit of waste here, but that's all right. All right, so now let's go ahead and bring that back up through that little knotting we just did. Okay, let's go ahead and get that. We're gonna grab our nylon jaw pliers and we're gonna go ahead and just pull and tug. And then this will provide us with a nice size head pin. It's not, I push it in so that if there's any nubbies sticking out, it pushes it back in. It's worked for me. I don't know if that's correct, but that's what I've been doing. All right, so that's pretty. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing I was gonna do. And we're just gonna go ahead and, I am at the tippy tip only because this is 22 gauge and not 20 gauge. So I don't need as much room for the wraps. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. And it's way off centered. Way off centered. Okay, now we're better. Still might not be totally centered. So let me just give it another little, there we go. And I want a large enough loop because I need to be able to fit those 2 jump rings because I want to have the double jump rings. I love the double jump ring look. Now, if you want to do a messy wrap here or like a bulky wrap, we'll go ahead and do that. So I went down 3 times and then I'm gonna come up, I think it's probably 2 or 3 times that I can probably get the wire to go back around without it looking, there we go. Yeah, we got it to go around twice. Let's see if I can get it to go in the center there a little bit better. That's what I like about using the bent chain nose pliers to do the wrapping because I feel like I can control the wire a little bit better, even though I really didn't that first time. All right, so now let's go ahead and give it a cut. Oh, I didn't have that much waste. So since this is a little bit of a bulkier wrap, I like to put the tip of the bent chain nose pliers right up against where that wrap ends so that I don't scrunch it down into the loop. That can happen too. All right, so there we have our wire wrap loop and it's doubled up, so it adds a little bit of bulk. And then where did I decide I was gonna put it? I was gonna put it over here. So now let's go ahead and double this up. I love this bead mix. It is so pretty. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that on there. You never know, it might, oh, you can hear it lock into place. It might float around that enamel, hopefully not. Okay, let's open that up. And now let's go ahead and get this into the same area there. There we go. And we'll give it a nice close and you can hear it lock into place. So there is the first project. We have 3 more. no, we have, yes, we have 3 more projects to go. So there's what we have so far as the waist. Okay, so now that we have our gorgeous first necklace, we're going to make another one, and we are using those one of the 2 goddess pendants, and I am just using more of the beads from the Greek goddess of the day. And I'm purposely not mentioning the actual name because I do not want to destroy the name and say it wrong. So I'm not sure if it's Hemera or how it's pronounced, but I'm just going to say the Greek goddess of the day. And what I've done is I've done simple loops. Yes, I've done simple loops. They're not gorgeous. They're not pretty, but they're going to work. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a double strand. And I found some chain in my stash, and I'm actually going to double up the chain on both sides just so that there's 2 pieces of chain, and I think that's going to be really, really pretty. All right, so I have the rest of my wire. I'm using 20 gauge German style wire, and I've already given it a flush cut. So far, this is my scraps. And you'll see the little tiny ones. Those little tiny pieces are me doing the little flush cut. So I'm going to go ahead and add my bead. And the reason why I do is because I'm working from basically the spool. And I guess it's long enough to where, or short enough to where I don't have to worry about that. But I'm still going to go ahead and do it this way here. And I'm almost halfway up the barrel here for my round nose pliers, and then going to go ahead and give it that, centering it up. And then I want my opening to be the same on both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and take that and give it a 90-degree angle bend. And let's get some clatters here, and I'm going to come about right there. I'm not the simple loop expert here, but I can certainly try to explain what I'm doing. And it looks like I just need to get it a little bit more, and it's totally and completely all messed up. Of course, the ones that I've done earlier were just fine. But you just want to make sure that your loop is going to be nice and closed off. All right, so let's go ahead and open it up. Oh no, we used jump rings. Oh, that's what I did. I made little jump rings with my wire too. So they're not the most pretty of jump rings, but they work, and they're the same color, and that's what I was going for. And yes, I did turn them around each time to try and give it a good flush cut, and I tried my hardest. But I just did little tiny ones on the on my 6-stepper, and go ahead and bring that in, make sure it's nice and tight. Okay, do you see where I'm kind of going? So I made this one down here a little bit longer so that it'll hang a little bit like so. All right, let's go ahead and give it a little bit of a flush cut. That's where the little pieces are coming from. And let's go ahead. And yeah, the first part is always easy for me, this first loop, typically, usually, and here I am kind of messing it up. It's the second one that I just can't do. I try, I really do. I say I grew up on, but that's how I learned. I learned doing wire wrap loops, and so that's typically what I do. And there's enough there to make another component. Okay, let's go ahead and bring that in. Okay, is that one a little bit better? That one was a little bit better. Let's go ahead and open her up. Oh, nope, we're not going to open up. Keep on trying to do that. Okay, so those are good. Let's go ahead, and I have an open jump ring. Nope, it's not open. Just kind of all over the place today, aren't I? All right. Let's go ahead, that on there. And then what we're going to do is we are going to attach these links here to we're actually going to attach to a, do you remember from summer camp, the quick links? And I did, oh, so you can go on, I think I got extras, but maybe it was from being part of the summer camp as being as a camper. You can go in and you can grab some of the extras. So I was able to go and grab some extra of the deerskin lace. There's a few other things, and I have those all off somewhere. All right, so that's all the scraps I have from this project. Not too bad. All right, we have these. So we have these quick links. Then what I'm going to do is add that on there. So what I want to do is go ahead and we'll go ahead and use up these little baby jump rings and get our components, and I want to make sure they're not going to be all twisted, and get our components put onto these quick links. I love these quick links. They are super cool. All right, so let's go ahead and get this closed up. Super far away from my face. Give it the fingernail test. Good. All right, we're gonna do that over here too, and just make sure that your components aren't all twisted when you go to add it. And what I did was I used the smallest barrel in my 6-stepper to make these little jump rings. Okay, and then we're gonna have it come just like so. Okay. And I didn't know I was gonna use these quick links, so I need to make sure I get them all nice and tightened up there. Make sure, there we go. All right. Okay, so then it's gonna hang like that. What do you guys think? Pretty? Okay, so let's go ahead and get these put on here. Okay, so here we go after all that drama. Okay. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and let me see how long this is. I'm gonna do a little bit of measuring and I'm gonna come right back. Okay, I'm back, and some of the failures that come with recording is when you don't hit record. I thought I had, and I do know that sometimes when I'm recording and a phone call comes in, it will shut it off, and that's not what happened today. It was all me. It was all me forgetting. But I went ahead and got this all together by attaching my chain, my 4 pieces of chain, because I wanted to make it a little bit bulky, and attached it to the quick links that's attached to the rest of the component. Now, when I am adding my hardware up at the top, I do turn it around because it's facing me, and this is how I'm going to be putting it on so that I remember what side to put the clasp on. So that was that. I mean, you didn't miss much on this. It was just basically combining everything with the jump rings. And so that's how I did that all up here. And I'll get a picture of this also too. Then we made a couple pair of earrings. Well, I did, completely off camera. But what I did was I'm using, again, these are the beads and the tassels from the box. And I'm using those elongated, kind of curvy, wavy beads, and then the little rondelles. And I just did a simple loop at the bottom. And before I started wire wrapping the bead on, I went ahead and attached the tassel. And then I did a wire wrap loop. Then for the top part, I did another simple loop. I attached it to this component here, and then I did another wire wrap. And that's what we have there. So we have this pair of earrings, just like so. Then I made these earrings, and these are a little heavy. They are a little heavy, and the hole on these gorgeous chunky beads, they are larger, and so it was, I mean, it's a struggle to get them on there straight, but once you get them on there straight, they're fine because they're just going to sit on your ear. And like I said, they're a little heavy. So if you just wanted to make the earrings like this, I used those flywheel spacers, and I used 2 on each one. And then I just made sure that they were not sitting on top of each other so that I had that nice little bulky look. And what you can do is you can just make that your earring, just like so. Or you can just make it with this gorgeous bead down here at the bottom and just bring in the pearl. That is really pretty too, so it'd be just like so. Or you can do it just like this. And another thing to get away from the heaviness is you can use a post if you want to use a post. But I really like these, and they are just absolute little stunners on. So then at the beginning, we made this, this necklace using that gorgeous enamel chain and one of our star toggles and that chunky bead from the mix. Again, we'll bring in this gorgeous necklace here. And so we ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4 pretty good substantial pieces. And I still have some left. I still have, well, I have one of these left because it comes as a pair. And what I'm going to do on this one is either have the chain coming off of these loops directly and then having some sort of fun little component down here, or having it be a little loopy loop up here, a little loopy loop down here, and having that attached to chain. Haven't decided that yet. These large hole beads, I'm going to keep off to the side because I'm working on a project for that. We also have still these gorgeous, gorgeous chunky beads, and I love these. And we have 2 of the bead caps, little skirted ones, and we do have 1 bead left. And this one here I can use in my next set of projects, because my next set of projects will be using, this is the Chinese goddess of the sea. And so we're going to be using this in the next project. And so be sure to stick around for that. In another video. Please give this video a huge thumbs up. I know you didn't get to see everything being made, and I apologize for that. So if you don't want to give it a thumbs up, you don't have to give it a thumbs up. You can give it a thumbs down. I didn't do my standard tutorial. But we'll probably be doing some of the same type of techniques in the next video as well. And also to be sure to comment. I love to see what everybody has to say. And lastly, I want to ask, is everybody signed up for the Monster Mash in October? The collaboration, the Monster Mash jewelry party with Jesse James Beads and Softlex Company. So here's the Jesse James Beads side, which is absolutely just packed. And the Sarahs did reveals of their pieces of the package that you need to get. Well, there's 2. This one's all of your beads. You get some chain, so many beads and charms, and this bead strand is just amazing. I love this. This is worth its weight in gold as far as I'm concerned, because you can just very easily make yourself a gorgeous bracelet just out of that. That is stunning just right there. And I just absolutely love it. But then you have your checkerboard beads. You have your mummy pendants, which I have to add, they're mirrored. So if you like to make your earrings and have them mirror each other, you can mirror, or you can have them just go side by side just like that. And then, so I'm going to put a link to the Jesse James Beads part of the jewelry making event. And again, Tokyo Nights, love that one. Look at all the colors, just amazing colors. Then included in that link will be another link for you to go and grab your Softlex Company side of the event, which includes 2 spools of beading wire, a couple spools of craft wire, You're also going to get some crimp tubes and some other gunmetal components, hardware. You're going to get some Tiara Cast black bat charms, just tons of goodies. There's 4 of us designers that are going to be using all of this goodness to come up with a 2-night event for you guys, or 2-day event. Mine is scheduled for the 12th from 1 to 3 Pacific time. So be sure to check out the link in the description. That is my upcoming event. And also to subscribe so that you don't miss out on another video. And until next time, have a good one.